Bonjour, 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 bonjour. This is episode 104. Guys, 104 in this series of business answers with expert. My name is Katia Ravé. I'm a business coach, and I always say I speak three languages, right? I speak French, I speak English, and I speak the money language. One of the tools that I help my coaches, consultant, or service-based entrepreneurs is truly how do we use public speaking as a way to generate leads, to generate clients. And today I am so excited. You guys not only have an expert, but you have a really good friend of mine. Then I have actually haven't seen in a little while. So this is a treat to me. And guys, I can promise you this is going to be a treat for you. So, Diana, why don't you go ahead, introduce yourself, tell us what you do, and how do you help people?
Absolutely. First of all, to my friend, I want to thank you very, very much for inviting me to your show. This is very honorable. I appreciate it. And who am I? I am Diana Nicole Graham. I believe I was created to positively impact and influence every life that I encounter. So, how do I do that? Whether it's consulting, whether it's coaching, whether it's helping you along the path to get to the best version of you. I don't want to change who you are. I want to help you fulfill your goals to reach your destiny. So that is who I am. I am a serial proprietor based out of Durham, North Carolina. I love, love, love being a full time entrepreneur and serving people. Additionally, I am a full time well, no, I wouldn't say full time, but it's been so many years now. I feel like full time because I write every day. But I am a published author since 2013. I am a college professor at two institutions. So I believe in people, and these are the platforms that God has blessed me with to impact lives. And here we are.
Amen to that. Well, let's just dive in, right? I mean, I have you for only 20 minutes. So I am going to use this time with you and I'm going to maximize it for the audience. So you talked about fulfilling, you help people to fulfill their goals, right?
Mhm.
Let's talk a little bit about this time right now with COVID, where we at. How can we fulfill our goals when we are stuck at home? We can't go anywhere. We can't do what we had a plan
Mhm.
to do. And we have kids at home and dogs, and we have to homeschool, and we have a partner who's now working with us. We have to prepare 3 meals a day. How can we fulfill our goals that way? Talk to us. What are some of the tactical things you can help us with?
Well, the first thing is I would say, is to recognize, was your goal realistic?
Bam.
Was it
Yeah,
something
guys,
that
I told you. Like,
was
this is why she's my friend.
it realistic? We sit around and we write all these things down. And I am a big believer, as you are, with vision boards, but I do understand that it's not simply cutting out pictures and posting it up. And then by July, we've changed our minds.
Right.
Listen, guys, everything requires action. And if you are not willing to do the work, you do not get the results. And so now is the time for reflection. You're at home. You can't say, oh, I've got flights. Oh, I've got to stay in the office late. Oh, work continues. But this is the time for you to reflect. And in my first book, Duly Noted, I put in there a chapter about self measurement. And it's where you get to do an assessment about who you are and where you're going. If you do not know where you're going, any road can lead you there. That's why we meet people time and time again, Katia, that one week they're in the limelight for selling records. And then in 2 weeks, they're in the limelight for, oh, I want to open a transitional housing. It's because you do not know where you are going. So, how do you do it in the midst of all of this? You stop, you reflect, you find out what your true goal is, you put pen to paper, and you get to work.
Bam. I love that. And I think it's okay also to tell the audience then some of the goals that I even had, some
Mm-hmm.
of those goals have changed. It's okay to change your goal. It's okay to go back to the vision board because what's happening is people get stuck with those goals
Mm-hmm.
and they don't change it when the entire world change. Can you
Yes.
can you address that a little bit?
Absolutely. We have been in a static place in our minds where
Mhm.
we hate change, hate change. Think about it. When you're in elementary school, I don't want to change. That's not the schedule. When you get to college, change, change. Why? This is how I grew up. This is what I've been, that's what I've known all my life. Then you become an adult. Well, this is the way that I was raised. So we get into these patterns of being stagnant in our minds about not wanting to change. The truth
Mhm.
of life, change is constant. And whether you choose to grow in the change is totally your choice. So it becomes a mindset shift that I don't know if many folks are really being aware of, but if you change your mind, you will change your life.
Right. I love that. It is so true. I think we have to be willing to meet people where they are at.
Yes.
And I think a lot of businesses, a lot of entrepreneurs have fall behind right
Hmm.
now because they're not listening. Right? They're like, this is what I'm doing. This is my goal. This is what I'm supposed to do. But you're not changing with what's happening. And I had to change sometime every week what I was offering,
Hmm. Hmm.
not going of course outside of the realm of what I teach, right, but saying
Yes.
like sometimes you guys needed more time management tools. That's what I was offering, as a download.
Hmm.
Then
Hmm.
there's some weeks where you guys needed leads.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
we have to meet our clients. We have to listen, and
Hmm.
we really have to provide for them where they're at, right?
Absolutely. And I think there is, I don't think, I know there is value in the pivots. I'm also an Army combat veteran. I didn't say that part, and I hold that really, really high regards because I learned so much and I contribute so much to society because of what I was exposed to in the military. And so veteran advocacy is a big piece and the consulting as well as reentry support in some other areas. And so with the pivot, we learn in drill and ceremony, which is when we're marching and those types of things, the value of a right flank and a left flank. And that's like an abrupt turn to a different way. We're not changing the destination that we're headed as a company or as a squad.
Right.
We are just shifting the direction. So there's not always a plan A or a plan B. The goal remains the same, but you take whatever route the GPS deems for the client to
Right.
get to where you are or
Right.
where you need to be. Excuse me. Hmm.
No, no, no. This is very valuable because during this time, everybody was talking about, oh my gosh, I need to pivot the business, but they were misusing the word. I
Hmm.
I felt pivoting means this is pivoting.
Yes, move, move, move.
Correct. And it's
Yes.
like instead of staying here, but my
Hmm.
direction is still where I'm going, which is,
Absolutely.
my goals are the same. It's just, like instead of taking the highway, I might take the small road because there is an accident and I have to,
Yes.
it's a little deviation.
Hmm.
I think in English you said detour, right?
Yeah,
Not
you've got it.
deviation. Yeah.
You've got it.
And it's a little detour, but you come back on the road.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
just like, let's go there. If you had to evaluate where people are at right now versus with what you do, what have you seen some of your clients not do or do, then you could give the audience some tactical things right now.
What I've seen or I've noticed a lot
Right.
of is that folks not taking the driver's seat for their own life. It's easier to say, well, I did this part and so said that they were going to do that portion. That doesn't work. Take responsibility for your own life. Follow through the steps that are needed. The second part of that is to really identify what that step is. So I feel like I've seen some folks take so much time, Katia, on the road that's not even aligned with their mission and their vision. And so they look up 2 weeks later and it's like, why am I here? Because you simply went with a trend and you lost focus. Distractions are huge, right? We
Right.
all get distracted. We get distracted by
Right.
the cell phones that ring all day, the computers that ding, the television. Where do you want to focus your energy? And so in this time, I've seen folks not take their own life for the driving wheel or behind the wheel. And then the second thing is accountability partners. Like this is the time that you're in the house, right? Anybody that's following COVID-19's rules, which you should. Um, so you don't want to take accountability for your own life, and you don't want to have an accountability partner. You find people that make you remain comfortable and
Right.
slack and
Preach.
lack in your life. What you need to do is level up. Find someone that's going to push you to meet that deadline. Find someone that's going to say, Katia, you told me you were going to have 3 more clients in the next quarter. How are you looking? Oh, well, I was thinking about my marketing schedule. No, 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 no. That's not an accountability partner because accountability partners hold you to it. I'll give you a direct example. There was a young lady that I met from a speaking engagement, I don't remember how many years ago. And for some reason, we got on the conversation about how I paid off my car in 9 months. And that's just simply because Diana hates monthly bills. Like, I don't know why or who created the rule that we should pay somebody monthly for something.
And she's got a gorgeous car.
But that's that. Thank you, darling. That is not the life I believe we should be living. So what she did, and she said, I want to do that. I've got a car and I want to do it. And I held her accountable. We checked in. I'm here to say that woman has her title in her hand because she leveled up with someone that was literally doing what they're saying. Oftentimes we want to connect with folks that make us at ease and at peace, but they're not leveling you up.
No, and I always say we need to always connect with people who are as good and then better than us.
Yes.
Right now, I told all of my clients, there's not much space for not exceptional, right? The entrepreneurs who did not level up, who did not take that time to get better, who didn't get a coach, who were just like, I'm comfortable where I am, kind of what you were talking about. Those people will not be able to survive long. Why? Because there's people like you, there's people like me who are teaching our client, then you know what? This is a time where you have to be exceptional. There's not going to be space for anybody else. People will hire the best of the best of the best because they have choices. And if you're not one of that, you won't do that. Having a accountability partner, it's absolutely I believe vital, because and that accountability part, you talked about being distracted. I call it like a lot of people are attracted by the shiny diamonds, right? There's a lot of diamonds, like, oh, these people say $29 I can spend and I will make seven figure in 3 months.
Yes.
Guys, come on.
It's marketing. It's marketing.
Correct. It is so marketing. You need to focus on making money and staying in your lane. Where are you at? Where do you want to be? And stay in there. Call clients, or like be really, like, if you want to make money, you have to be doing money generating activity. You can spend your whole day writing on Facebook or writing a marketing plan like you were just talking about. Won't bring you any money, won't get you. Now you're going to be busy. You're going to be tired at the end of the day for being busy, but not what you should be doing.
So there's two things that I wanted to layer on top of what you just said.
Yeah.
So I don't like the word busy. I despise it, actually. So
I know. I remember that. I was hoping she was going to hope on that.
And they're like, oh, are you busy? First of all, I'm never busy. If I'm busy, something's different. Something different's going on. I'm occupied. Occupied to me means that I am getting some form of results out of what I am doing. To me, being busy could be watching Netflix. I mean, that's pure entertainment majority of the time, unless it's a documentary regarding a piece of work that you do. So if it's a part of your research and development, then you are being occupied. I'll give you a direct example. I told you with the consulting firm, we do a lot of reentry support, which is our folks coming out of incarceration back into society. And as anybody knows that has an eye that can see, there are a lot of challenges for our group of our folks, our justice involved population. And so sometimes I'll find myself looking on Netflix for documentaries that are specifically talking about the prison pipeline. And so I'm able to see what is going on. Now, granted, I may not ever meet these folks, but they will have at the end the directors and who contributed. And now I'm able to go research that person and see if they have a book and see if there are new ways. Maybe there's a law that I overlooked that I need to bring back to my state reentry council, or I need to bring back to my local reentry group of folks. So that to me is still being occupied because of some form of work. But if you just sat at home all day and watched 3 movies, I'm not saying don't take a break, but this is your normal. This is your normal. And so because of that, and because of my type A personality, it makes it very challenging for me to want to give all I have, all of me, to folks who have no desire to do better. Because talk is cheap. Action is required. If I don't see, that's why you and I connect, because we are action driven. At the end of every night, we're able to write down something that we accomplished that day.
That's right. And this is the people you need to surround yourself with, right, guys? This is very important. When you meet with like-minded people, when you
Mm-hmm.
actually really have this, well, I haven't seen Diana in what, 6 months at least, right?
It's probably more like a pregnancy, 9 months.
Oh, Lord. Well, I haven't had a baby, you know. Well, my book is out, so I guess I had a baby. That's my
You
baby,
birthed something. Yes.
girl. But this it's important. Now, do we check in? Sometimes I just think of her, and I'm like, hey, thinking of
Mm-hmm.
you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
there is this. Yes, I am into this season right now where I have a lot of things, but making sure that these people are still in your life
Yes.
is one of the best things that you can do, because even if you are into a time where you can't really see each other, or you are occupied with other things, you know, then
Mm-hmm.
who are prominent, these people stay in your life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then one day it just pops in, and it's always a day that you needed. Hey, I was wondering how you doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to go ahead too, and for there may be some listeners that say, oh, they only want to deal with folks that are at their level or folks that are above them. One of my mentors, and actually my pastor, Dr. Fletcher, has always said you have three people in your life. And I take this to heart and I operate with this. You have the people below you that you can pull up. You have the people that are at your level because you now have something to communicate about. And you have the people above you so that you can have something to reach towards. And those three things I never leave. So that's why when I drive by the road, I don't see just the bus station. I see the human being that's there and I whisper a prayer for them. That's why when you see someone at the corner, you don't be rude and snudge your nose, because the reality is that it could be you. So when we come to a true place of reflection of who we are and why we are here, then we can better serve our clientele. But when we're confused with who we are, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. I'll leave you with that one.
That's right. I absolutely love that. It is so true. And you know, we can work with people who are below us, because this is what we do, right? Especially
Hmm.
as coaches. However, the drive need to be there.
Yes, you gotta want it.
I cannot want the success of my client's business more than they do.
You've gotta
And
want it.
that was such enlightening, because at the beginning, you know, many years ago, I was taking any client. I was like, oh my gosh, someone wants to work with me, I take them. And I can tell you that, I mean, just yesterday morning, I actually told, my first phone call yesterday morning was someone who wanted to work with me, and I was like, no, we're not a match.
There you go.
There were there. It is so, and you know, it was one of those moments where I was like, I cannot believe. Then I actually, you know, I didn't want to share with her how I worked. I
Mm.
was like, there's no way we can work together. If we're not a match,
Yeah.
we're not a match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And getting to that place is so beautiful.
It's
Would you
rewarding.
agree?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's rewarding within itself because you're truly I was the same way with I remember consulting, excuse me, and speaking engagements and or trainings, and I would just take anything because it was, listen, it was a check. And Diana was a new entrepreneur and Diana had bills to pay. It didn't matter if it was, I'm not even going to name it because I'm not going to embarrass myself. But it was it was an opportunity, right? But now when you grow and you mature, you learn
Right.
what's the best approach. And then when those clients are not a good fit for you, like you just named, that's when you say, I have someone else that may have the grace to be able to
That's
work with
right.
where you are. And people
Right.
love referrals, right? That's why we're
Right.
all in our industries. That's why we all have our different levels of focus and our different niches. So I
Right.
think that's great for you to know, because if not, you'll just be all over.
and, and I believe, I mean, for me, I really believe then, you know, like before I get on a call, for me, I pray. I'm like, hey, give me the wisdom to know if these
Mm-hmm.
people need me or
Mm-hmm.
not. And that's very important. But what was very interesting, it's literally, I said, I was like, no. And she did. She was like, well, I want to work with you. And I was like, yes, but it's got to work both ways. And I was like,
Absolutely.
I was like, no, 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 no. And I told her why. But I hanged up the phone, and the Zoom, we were on a Zoom call. And I looked at my phone, and I had a message on my phone from someone then who has never referred to me. She's like, I believe this woman is a good match. I just talked with her.
Wow.
I am not a match for her, but you have God on your side, and she's very. And she was just like, I really, I need you to have a call with this woman. And it was just very interesting how it happened. But did this happen?
Mm.
Do I believe that it happened for a reason? Of course,
Absolutely.
but I was like, I had the courage to say no,
Mm-hmm.
but he made sure that he knew that I did the right thing, and that
Mm-hmm.
message arrived at that time. It was so beautiful to me.
Your steps are ordered. And listen, there is no good thing that he will withhold from you. That is his
That's
word.
right.
That is what he does.
That's
So
right.
in the meantime, while you were staying true to you, he was working on your behalf.
I know, I know. I just thought that was amazing. I could go on, guys. I told you this was going to be a treat. This is as much a treat for me, than it is for you guys. But Diana, if people wanted to reach out to you, how could they
Yes,
find you? Do you have a freebie for them? Talk to us about all the goodies
absolutely.
then you want to give us.
Absolutely. So on Facebook and on Instagram, it's DNG Speaks. So DNG is my initials, Diana Nicole Graham Speaks. And on what's the other platform that I really love? It's LinkedIn. It's my name, Diana N. Graham. I'm more active on Instagram than Facebook, but the freebie to you it is 10:21 a.m. You have 24 hours to shoot me a question of your choice, and I will
Ooh.
respond.
Oh my
24
God.
hours.
Okay, guys, you really want to take her up on this. And what we will do to make it even easier
Mhm.
is after this live is over, we will put her media social media handle
Yeah.
right there. She will
Mhm.
put the link for you guys. That way you don't even have to remember. So you have no excuse.
Yes.
Guys,
And then
here, yeah, no, no, go ahead.
I'll
Go ahead.
I'll add an extra piece to that. The reason I didn't give you an email address is because I want you to do some work. Social media, my profile list is my email address. So you can contact me that way as well, but I'm not going to give it to you. I want to see if you'll take the steps.
Right. And we want, this is a lot of
Hmm.
time, guys. We want to give you, but we need to see that you are driven to do it too.
Hmm. Hmm.
Don't just wait on people. And this is a lot. This is a great tip actually to kind of finish. Because
Yeah.
guys, when coaches are offering things then you're not taking them up on, they're like,
You
and
missed
we
out.
remember, and you do miss out. So
Hmm.
for me this week I am offering how to find 30 leads in 30 days. So I will put,
Mm.
yes, so go to 30leads.com and download the freebie. And if you want even a little bit more, same thing, you can have a conversation with me and see how we can help you. If you believe then you are a match for me, and I would love to see if maybe I can help you. Diana, this was awesome. Thank you.
Part two to come.
Yeah, this is so great, and it just showed me then also then I should have done that before. I should have not waited to have you on my show to do a Zoom call. And those are good also to see, because it takes 20 minutes to kind of catch up and to say hello to a friend, and we have the
Hmm.
technology, and I have definitely not been good enough at doing that. So guys, I will see you later. Diana, thank you so much for being our guest
You've
today,
got it.
and
Thank you, guys.
please, please take us up on all of these freebies, guys. Bye.
Bye. Have a great day.